Hey everyone, my name is Riley and this video is a complete Otter AI tutorial. I will be showing you everything that you need to know about Otter AI, from setting this up and having it access all of your meetings so that it can transcribe those meetings and give it back to you, how you can use Otter AI in your Slack channel to ask it questions about meetings and things like this, and overall everything that you need to know about Otter AI is included in this video. So to get started, if you do not yet have an Otter AI account, I will leave my affiliate link in the description of this video. And if you do sign up using that link, I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. It really does help keep the lights on here at the channel. So if you are new to Otter AI, please do use that link. Once you click on that, it's going to take you over to this page. So you can click on start for free up here, and then you can get a 7-day business trial, but I recommend just starting with basic, and then you can upgrade to either the pro or the business later down the line if it does include tools that you need. So we just go into start for free, and then we can select the basic account right here and click on get started. And in this area, we can now go ahead and create an account. So we just click right at the bottom here where it says create account, and then we can choose to do this with Google or Microsoft depending on the calendar you have. So if you use the Microsoft calendar, then you definitely want to go ahead and sign in with your Microsoft account. Alternatively, if you use Gmail as your primary calendar, then we want to continue with Google. So once we have signed up right here, Otter is then going to take us over to this next screen where it says, do you want it to join calls? So we can set this up right now. And we can go in, we can say we want this to join all meetings, only meetings where I am the host, or meetings where I manually select. So we can choose from this option. And then we can also choose if we want to share the notes with just me, other internal people within your workspace, so other co-workers that we add into Otter, part of your team. Or you can also share these with the other person that was on the receiving end of that call. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say only internal guests in my workspace, and then we can click on next. From here, we can just skip through this next category right here, and it's now going to ask us to invite team members into the workspace. So all you have to do to invite all of your team into Otter AI is simply go here and enter in their emails. So we could go and I might add this person at gmail.com. Then to separate them, we use a comma, and then we can type out the next person. So once all of these emails have been filled out and you have added all of your team members, they will all receive an email from Otter AI, essentially saying that you have invited them to join the team. They click on the link in the email that they received, and then they can set up their own Otter AI account, and they will be part of your team because they clicked the link in the email. So if we just remove this, I'm not actually going to add any team members right here. We can go ahead and click on next, and then it's going to try and upsell us to this pro plan once again. So let's just continue with free. We can enter in which department we work in. Let's just say IT, senior leader, and done. And this is the Otter AI dashboard. So once we load in, you can see that this is currently importing calendar events. So right now, I don't have any meetings, but if you have meetings or calls scheduled on your Google or Microsoft calendar, they will automatically be imported. So you can use this calendar section to scroll along, see any meetings that you have on these set days, open them up and see the information. Over on the left-hand side, this is how we can navigate to other areas of Otter AI. So the first is going to be the Otter Chat AI right here. And this is essentially just a personal assistant for if you are stuck with any part of this. So let's imagine that I'm trying to set this up with Zoom, but I can't quite figure it out. I can just go to the Otter AI chat and I can say I'm struggling to connect with Zoom. We can type that in right there. And in here, it's now going to give me the instructions that I need in order to set this up. Another very cool thing that you can use this AI chat for is, let's say that you have some sales meetings, right? You have maybe 30 sales meetings in the past month. And you remember on one of the meetings, you spoke about potentially working with a client on Facebook ads, but you don't remember which client it is. Well, rather than going through all of these conversation transcripts that we have, we could go to Otter AI right here, and I can say, I remember talking to a client about running their Facebook ads. Who was this? Of course, it's not going to come with anything in here because I actually didn't speak to them and we don't see anything in here. But if this was an actual call that I had and Otter was in the meeting when this was talked about, then it would look through all of these conversations and it would find that person for me. So in my conversations, this is just where we can see the breakdown and all of the transcripts of the conversations that we have had when Otter was in the meeting. We can then see all conversations. So this My Conversations is specifically with you, but if you are connecting Otter up to your teammates' Zoom calls, then All Conversations is all the conversations for your entire team, even if you weren't in the call, but Otter was. We then have apps right here, and this is where you can connect up Otter to some of these apps that you can see. So as an example, we have Slack. You can add this into Slack. So if we connect Slack up, and essentially what this is going to do is it's going to give you the Otter AI chat inside of Slack. So you will essentially have this as a bot, and in Slack, you will be able to tag the Otter bot and ask it the same questions that you are asking in here. For Salesforce and HubSpot, you need to upgrade your plan in order to do this. With Zoom, let's say you are taking your meetings through Zoom, then we can just click on add right here and go ahead and link up our Zoom account. Then finally, in this section down here, we have like a general chat, we have messages, and we have folders. So this is very similar layout to Slack. And this is basically Slack inside of Otter AI. Of course, it doesn't have all of the features and functions that Slack has, but it's a pretty basic version of this. And essentially, if you don't know what Slack is, and I was just talking a load of nonsense there, Slack is essentially a messaging system. So what you can do inside of Otter is you and all of your team members, you can see all of these channels right here, and you can talk and like direct message back and forward in kind of like these little group chats. So what we could do is we could add a new channel right here, and we can say that this is specifically for YouTube content. We can choose who is going to be invited. We can then set the visibility. So if you set this to public, everybody in the team will just be able to see and talk in this. Alternatively, you can set this to private, and then we can choose individual people who we want to invite to this. And then nobody else will be able to see it apart from the people that are included. So then in here, you can just go ahead and like talk in these group chats right here. You can go back and forward and things like this. And then Otter is of course going to be in here as well. We then have direct messages where your team can reach out to you via direct message. So you will see all of your direct messages right here. So now that you understand this dashboard and kind of how Otter works, let's now go into the actual transcription aspect of it and speak about how you can transcript audio, how you can get this in your meetings and what that looks like, and also how you can import files to transcribe. So the most basic version of this is we can simply go up to record right here and click on allow. And now it's going to take me over to this note right here, and you will see that it's transcribing everything that I am saying. I mean, it's pretty clear that I'm not typing because there's no way I would be able to type this fast. But look at this, my hands are here, it's transcribing everything that I say, and it's pretty impressive considering I have quite a strange accent. I definitely don't have an American accent, and it's still able to pick it up with very, very good results. So we can click on stop right here, and just like this note is now going to be added. So I can then click into this note, I can see a transcript of this, I can go ahead and rename it at the top, and then if anything was mentioned in here, it would go ahead and summarize this. However, because it was just me talking a lot of nonsense, there's no summary that it can get from this. So that is the record section right there. And this is just where you can record and make notes. Alternatively, what you can do is you can import audio or video files. So if you have maybe some calls that you have recorded or anything else that you need transcribing, we can just browse files and drop this in right here. And then it's going to transcribe that video into text. Now, for the most important thing, which is going to be joining meetings, the way that we do this is if you already are connected to your Google Calendar, then this will auto sync to Meets. But alternatively, let's say I want to connect to this with Zoom, for example. Well, I can go into Zoom. Then from here, we can allow Otter AI access by clicking on allow right here. And just like this is now going to be connected up, and I can see I'm now connected to Zoom. So now this is connected, we can go over to meetings right here. And these are all of the meeting settings that we have. So we can go down and we can choose which meetings do we want this to join. Meetings where I'm a host, meetings with a video link. We have the chat messages right here. So if we want to turn these on or off, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this within Google Meets. So right now, Otter AI is in here and it is currently taking notes. So it will take notes from me as the speaker. It will take notes from the other person on the call. And if I now go ahead and end this and we go back over to Otter AI right here, I can see meeting 1. Right here, I can go ahead and click into this, and then I can see the transcript of this meeting. Once again, with the summary, the reason that this isn't here is because the meeting wasn't long enough. There wasn't anything to summarize, but it will summarize everything right here. The final thing that I will say is what you can also do is go into account settings and make sure you are over here on notifications. And then we can set this up so that every time you finish a conversation, as soon as you finish that call, Otter AI will send you an email and it will give you a transcript and a summary of that conversation. So hopefully this video was helpful in helping you navigate Otter AI. If it was, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.